Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to sit down and do a Q&A. A couple of weeks ago, yeah, this video has been like long overdue. A couple of weeks ago I asked on Instagram for you guys to ask me any questions that you want and I will answer them in a vlog, but I thought I'd do it differently and I thought I'd do it as a proper sit down Q&A so that it doesn't get lost in a vlog, if that can make any sense, because a vlog kind of is a mix and match of a bit of everything, so I thought it might get a little bit lost. So I'm going to do a actual Q&A sit down video. So quite a lot of questions, so let's get into it. So the first question I have is, do you have any advice to help keep your mind away from all the negative thoughts, especially ones that you feel your mind comes back to constantly? When it comes to negative thoughts, I think I'm quite good at managing them now. I am quite a positive person right now, so I don't tend to get a lot of negative thoughts, but when I do get negative thoughts, I always remind myself what I have and how much I've achieved, and that kind of diminishes all the negative thoughts because it makes you realize that your negative thoughts aren't as negative or big as they may seem. Sometimes in life the smallest thing will get you down or it'll put you in kind of like a crap mood because you know you're just feeling negative about it, but when you turn that around, turn on its head and begin to think of all the positive things that have happened in your life, and kind of just cancels it out, and then you're just like, afterwards you're like, why did I even think like that? The next question is, what is your diet and workout routine? You're looking the fittest you've ever been. Thank you so much. I struggle with weight, I struggle with keeping healthy, I struggle with diets. I am a natural kind of like a junk food snack girl. I love junk food. I shouldn't be admitting that, but I do. I actually love things like fast food, easy to eat food kind of, and I have a cupboard full of snacks, chocolates, biscuits, crisps, you name it, I probably have it. And I just love snacks so much. So when it comes to controlling my diet, it's all about self-discipline. If I kind of indulge a little bit today, then tomorrow I will cut back and be really good. I think everything's all about balance, and you can't really cut out certain foods and tell yourself that you're not going to eat those foods because you just end up craving it even more. So if you feel like you want to eat a certain type of food, just eat it. Maybe just eat half a portion, or maybe control the portion size, and then you've had your fix. It's all good, and then next day get back on track. When it comes to my workout routine, I really do not have one. I've had so many questions about workout routines and whether I can film a video on my workout routine, but right now I'm kind of just doing a bit of everything. I go to the gym, I do cardio, I do gym classes, I do weights, I do a little bit of swimming. I can't swim, but I use one of those noodle sticks. I feel like I do need to figure out a workout routine, and when I do, I will definitely film it for you guys. How do you find balance in your life and stay motivated? Seeing as you've been a mum for a few years now, how do you not feel tired all the time? Oh my god, trust me, I feel tired all the time. Before 12 p.m. I've already had 2 or 3 coffees, and that's the only way I can keep myself awake. Sometimes when Aiden has an afternoon nap, I actually nap with him because that's how tired I am. I am tired all the time. Don't let my vlogs or my videos trick you into thinking I'm always energetic, I'm motivated, I have a lot of energy. Half the time, even just like now, it's 5:30 in the afternoon and I feel like I'm ready to have a bath and get into bed. And I think that when it comes to being a mum and staying motivated, I don't have a choice. Like, I would love to like live an easy life, but that's not the case, and I have no choice but to be motivated. Aiden is my biggest motivation, and I want to give him everything that I can, and the only way that I can do that is to motivate myself. Do you mostly speak English or Cantonese to Aiden? I've started speaking more English now. He's 2.5. Up until the point of maybe just past 2, I only spoke Cantonese, and that was because I wanted him to pick it up and I wanted him to understand it. My parents don't speak English much, so the only way that they could communicate was Cantonese. So now Aiden understands all Cantonese. If I speak to him in Cantonese, he'll understand everything that I say. I started speaking more English when he started nursery after he turned 2, just because I wanted him to, I know that naturally he's going to pick up English in nursery, but the teachers were finding it hard to communicate with him because obviously he only understood Cantonese. So I started speaking more English, but right now I would say it's 50-50. There's certain things that I say to him in Cantonese, and then there's certain things that I say to him in English, and he seems to get both, which is good, and yeah, I'm happy about that. If you could change just one thing in your life, then what would it be? You're so inspirational and an incredible mum to Aiden. Lots of love. Thank you so much. If I could change one thing, I would wish that I lived closer to my parents, which would be a big help to not only me and not only Aiden, but life in general, because I feel like I would feel a lot more, not happier because I'm already really happy, but I would feel a lot more content, I guess, if my parents lived closer, because sometimes I just feel like I don't have much family around me, and that in itself can create a I don't know how to say it, but not unhappiness, because it doesn't make me unhappy, but it makes me envious of people who have family around them, especially when it's like certain celebration dates like Christmas or Chinese New Year or something like that. When I see people going home to their families, or even just going home to their families for a weekend dinner, that's something that I don't have or I can't do because my parents are so far away. So naturally I want that because I don't have that. So I think that is the one thing that I would change, which actually I could change, but not at this moment in time, I guess. Are you ready to be back in the dating scene, or are you happy loving yourself at the moment? I think this is one of the most asked questions. Just to make it really brief and straight to the point, I have been dating, so I have been back in the dating scene, and actually right now I feel like I am at a point in my life where I am loving being by myself. Being by myself is honestly one of the happiest times in my life right now, just because I can concentrate on myself, I can concentrate on work, concentrate on Aiden, just put myself as a priority first. I'm naturally quite a selfless person, so growing up, and to be honest most of my life, I've always put other people first, and to be in a position now where I can put myself first and do what I want to do is making me really happy. And I think that is what's made me into such a positive person, because I'm not relying on anyone to make me happy. The only person that's making me happy is myself, and obviously Aiden. Aiden makes me really happy. You told us that you are an introvert, but are you a shy person, and how do you deal with it? Sorry, I'm French and I do some mistakes. Oh no mistakes at all. I understood that very clearly. And yeah, I am an introvert, but sometimes I feel like I'm not. Sometimes I love being out and about and with people, and I love it to the point where I don't want to come home. So is that an introvert? But then at times I feel very introverted. I feel like I just want to stay at home. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want anyone to talk to me. Do not text me, do not call me, do not ask me to go out, kind of thing. I just want to be at home. So I feel like I'm kind of in between. I'm a bit of both, but more towards the introverted side. Will you ever do a meet and greet? Well, this is actually quite a funny story. I've been asked to do meet and greets a couple of times, well maybe a few times, and I always turn them down, just because in my previous question I said that I'm not a shy person, but when it comes to meeting subscribers or viewers or people that follow me on Instagram, I am shy, because I feel like a lot of you guys know a lot about me and I don't know a lot about you guys. So when I'm out and about and I see a subscriber or someone approaches me, I am very shy, like really shy, because I am so happy when people come up to me, because obviously it's rewarding, like, to see that people enjoy what you do and people like watching your videos, and when they tell you how it's like changed their lives and how it's taught them how to be confident and how to do makeup, how to live life. It's really rewarding because it reminds me why I'm doing this. But then when people start asking me about life, like, I get really shy, because I'm just like, I don't really know what to say, because I get into that kind of state of mind where I feel like I don't really know much about that person, so I don't really know what to say. Another question about dating is quite straight to the point, is, are you dating? I have been on dates, and if I'm being really honest with you guys, because you know, like I said in my previous vlogs, I'm gonna be as honest as I can with you guys, without being too like, oh yeah, look at this, look at that, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, that's why I never really talked about it. I was actually dating someone for a while, but that didn't work out and we've gone our separate ways. And yeah, so I have been dating, I guess, and I have been on dates since, but nothing that's made me kind of want to settle down or kind of want to commit to someone, I guess. I like I said, I'm just enjoying being on my own, and I really enjoy having freedom. I am one of those people who does not like to be questioned, or not. I kind of guess, I guess I don't like being questioned, and I don't like being tied down, if that makes sense. I don't like it when I always have to report to someone where I'm going, what time I'm going to be back, and stuff like that. So for me, freedom is like a priority right now. Can you do an apartment tour, and do you still speak to your ex, or only when it has something to do with your son? Okay, apartment tour, I really want to do the apartment first. I feel like the apartment isn't done up, it's just basic. It's not how I like it, it's not how I would want it. So when I do it up, which I have plans to do, I will definitely do an apartment tour and show you guys. And then the next question was, do you still speak to your ex, or is it only when there's something to do with your son? No, we are civil, we're fine, we talk, we're just like friends, and there's no hard feelings at all. And me and him both understand that Aiden is a priority, and Aiden comes first in everything. We both want the best for each other. It's like, it's cool. There's no drama or anything. So I'm really happy with that situation, actually, because it's just beneficial to Aiden, and he is our priority. What's the hardest part about being a mum? I think when it comes to being a parent, I think a lot of parents will agree, the hardest thing is not physically looking after a child, is emotionally looking after a child. Being a parent is emotionally draining. The newborn stage, where of course it's a struggle because everyone's trying to adapt to being a parent, and then you have the kind of stage where they grow into a toddler and their eating habits, that's quite emotionally draining. And then you have the potty training, which Aiden is about to go through, and that's another emotional roller coaster. And then there's all the other things like finding a good nursery, finding a good school. Are you doing your best for your child? Even just day-to-day things, you will always question yourself, am I doing enough for my child, or is this the best for my child? And I think that in itself is quite emotionally draining. Everything else is doable. Physical side is you just look after a toddler, you look after a baby. Like, it is exhausting, but it's not hard. It's all in here that's the hardest. If you could move to anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? To be honest, if I could, I would move to Hong Kong. I did want to move to Hong Kong after I graduated so I could get some experience and work out there for a few years, but I didn't. And that's something that I always think back to, and I just question myself, why didn't I go? But obviously, like, life happens. But if I could right now move to somewhere, it would be Hong Kong still, I guess. I would love to experience living there. I don't think I could do it long term, but even just for a few years, I think that would be great. How do you deal with a broken heart? What is the hardest thing being a single mum? And what is your favourite HK food, Hong Kong food, which is asked by the same person. So how do you deal with a broken heart? I didn't deal with it very well. So I feel like I shouldn't be giving any advice, to be honest. I didn't deal with it very well at all. I was a complete mess. I kind of forgot about everything in life. I forgot what my purpose was in life. I kind of just like stayed in bed for as long as I could. Yeah, so I wouldn't be the best person to give advice on a broken heart. But when the time comes, and actually the one thing that I can say about a broken heart is time. Time will heal everything. You could try and do a lot of things to try and heal a broken heart, but at the end of the day, it's only time that will eventually help you through it and get over it. What is the hardest thing being a single mum? The hardest thing about being a single mum is the emotional side of it. I am very lucky because I have friends and family who care a lot. They always ask me how I am. Like, I always have friends to talk to. We have like group chats on WhatsApp and we're always talking. My family has a group chat and we're always like talking, sending pictures. So I'm quite lucky in a sense that I have a good support system. But in general, the hardest thing is, at the end of the day, I am on my own. So when things do get tough, I don't have, say for example, Aiden's dad to talk to or talk about how we're going to solve things. If Aiden's being naughty, then I have to deal with it on my own. If Aiden's doing something that's quite difficult, then I'm on my own. Like, if you watch my previous vlogs when we're out and about, sometimes Aiden might puke up and I'm on my own. Like, I don't have anyone to help or kind of not even help, just talk to about these things. So I guess emotionally that is kind of hard. What is your favourite Hong Kong food? Okay, so when I go back to Hong Kong, the thing I always look forward to the most is seafood in Saigon, because my family is from Saigon, so I always go there and I always have to have seafood there. It's just amazing. Also, I miss desserts. I think Hong Kong is the best place for desserts. Actually, Singapore is quite good as well, and I'm pretty sure other places are as well, but Hong Kong has such a wide variety of foods that it's quite impossible to say which is my favorite, because I love the desserts, I love the drinks there, bubble teas, fruit teas. You just like walk in and then you will see a bubble tea or a dessert place, and you know, it's like, and the food in general, there's such a wide variety of choice. Everything is just amazing. Like, Hong Kong to me is all about food. The shopping has become a bit meh because it's become very European like brands, and those are the brands that I can get in London anyways and at a cheaper price. So when I go to Hong Kong, I don't look forward to shopping anymore. I look forward to the food. Okay, so I answered quite a few questions there. I hope it gave you a better understanding of me and what's going on in my life right now and what you guys wanted to know. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below and I shall reply to the comments in a typing message kind of way, keyboard way, like text text way. Don't even know what the right term is, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for leaving me comments on Instagram. Honestly guys, I'm so overwhelmed when I receive comments on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and whatnot, but thank you so much for your support. And yeah, I shall see you in my next video. If you have any more questions, leave them down below. If you don't follow me on Instagram, maybe you should, because I post a lot these days on Instagram, and I post a lot on stories as well. So if you're waiting for a vlog from me, then maybe you should check out my stories, because I do quite a bit when I'm out and about as well. So yeah, I shall see you in my next video, and bye. Mwah.